those all fish right on that?
There's fish on, like, right all over that drop.
I'm not sure how well that's going to show as far as how well the camera's capturing the screen, but I'm out with Ben Nowak, the Smallie Slayer here. I saw on Instagram yesterday. It was super random why I'm here right now. We had been talking about coming out here on Lake Huron to catch some big smallmouth for a while now, again, like we did last year. And he got on a crazy bite yesterday with this hot weather, the same way I was doing really well in the ponds. Basically, the premise is these fish have been freezing all summer because it never got hot. We have consecutive days of 85 and sun. He got on a really good deep bite yesterday. How good of a day did you have?
Dude, it was stupid. Like, for an hour and a half window, it was like every drop, every other drop. And we threw back 4-pounders. We didn't even think about it. So unless they were over 4 or 4.5, we weren't even looking at them. So
yeah, and that's Great Lakes fishing, where there's just so many huge fish. If you can find them, that's the hardest part. What we're doing right now is we're graphing along this hump and looking for, how I started the video, that was a big sand rock transition, right?
Yeah, so what it is you have a ton of sand, and then it doesn't come up a lot. You're only gonna see it come up about 1.5 feet, and you're gonna notice that rock transition. All those fish and all the bait wanna relate right to that transition of that rock edge, basically.
So every once in a while, even a blind squirrel finds a nut. Ben's gonna help me find some big smallmouth today, hopefully. What we're gonna start off throwing is a pretty crazy rig. Do you know what it's called?
Just a drop shot.
It's a drop shot, but we're throwing a football head on the bottom of it instead of a weight. All right, let's start poking around and seeing if we can find them. We graphed a couple potential bass, so I got high hopes. So this is the double rig we got going on. Nice big football jig to use as our drop shot weight, because we are gonna be fishing in like 25 to 30 foot, right?
Yeah.
So we're fishing real deep for these fish. Might have to fizz 1 or 2. We'll get into that later if we have to go down that route, and I'll explain to you guys what that means. This guy is gonna imitate like a crayfish or a goby on the bottom. And this is also kind of crayfish goby, but more minnow presentation also, because what we're gonna be doing is we're just gonna be graphing around until we find bait fish schooled up on this break on this reef top, and then once we find the bait fish and the bass, then we're gonna drop down on them and see if they more prefer the bottom bait or the drop shot bait that's probably 1.5 feet above that. Big? You just called it. I'm getting a, they are bass. I'm getting schooled right now. Okay, see all these streaks on the graph, guys? Those are all bass. This type of fishing is so foreign to me. Like, so incredibly foreign. We came out here for legitimate 5 and 6 pound smallmouth in like pure summer patterns, where they're usually bite pretty decent if you can find them. It's like a constant battle of hide and seek. They're not cooperating well. There's one. He thumped it hard. That's a pretty big one. I'll grab it. Oh, big old Mr. Small Jaw. Oh, you got a net. Okay, I guess that would be smart. One-eyed Willie. Dude, we just talked about it. Look at, there's One-eyed Willie. I just said, you know, maybe that big, you got more? I was like, maybe that big rig is just too much. Switched up to a 3/8 drop shot weight. We had been going 3/4 with a big jig head, because these fish are really not all that aggressive right now. And that subtle drop shot got this big old smallmouth. Dude, that thing's like a 21 incher. It's just not fat at all.
That's a good small one.
That's about a 4-pounder, right? No, he's just, see how the concave's right there? You're losing a lot of weight when you don't have a big belly there. This is an old fish. This is why Lake Huron is so special. Bye, buddy. Most times a year, you can't even get out here and fish. Lake Huron is really, like, for the most part, untapped smallmouth waters where fish can grow that big and really never see a lure. There's a good chance that fish has never been caught before. I mean, there's no one out here fishing. There's like never anyone out here fishing. Ben, how many hours would you say you've came out here and graphed for spots?
A lot.
You can't go online and poach spots here. Obviously, I've done nothing to find these fish. Ben's literally doing everything. He's just saying, okay, there's one, drop now. There's a fish, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you got one. Come on, fire him up.
Doubled.
Doubled. How's mine? Oh, mine's big. Oh my God, mine's huge. Mine is huge. Is yours this big?
Yeah, dude, mine's big.
Oh my God, dude, get them both in the net. Oh my God. Get him, get him, get him. Oh, dude, there's 10 pounds of smallmouth right there. What the hell? Holy shit. That was so fun.
Oh, dude.
Yours the one that has a rash all over it. I saw it coming up. They both have little rashes.
Look at those fish.
Nice work, man. That's crazy. We saw them, we're like, oh, there's fish. Right? Those are about 4.5, 5 pounds each.
Yeah, there's one. I think that's mine.
Yeah, that's yours. Look at that gash. How did that happen, man? You want to throw them in the well just for 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Is a well of water in it? We put these guys in the live real quick so I can get the camera set up. That's the first good double of the day, Ben. We found them. The second we found these fish, dropped on them and caught them. This one's got a crazy looking gash on its side. You said this from hitting the rocks?
It might be, it could be from pike, it could be from some sort of predator fish, but those are good fish.
Cool, you want to let them go?
Yeah. All right, let's get rid of them.
They're twins. That one's straight down. And you, wake up. Wake up.
There she goes.
First great double of the day. Those are two. They're not super giants. Those are both like 4.5, 5 pounders. But still awesome fish to catch them like that. Like we got that school fired up. Fish swam straight down. Let's catch some more.
Yep, probably straight down.
Who's?
There's a whole bunch of them. I don't know.
Got one. Oh yeah. Come on, hook up. Get another double. Wow, he just skied so far. Not a huge one. Come here, buddy. Let me throw you back real quick. Double? Ben's got one now. You think these are lampreys?
Might be, dude. If you can get your bait back down. Triple up.
Triple. All right. Thank you, bud. Where'd my bait go? I'm just gonna start picking up baits off the bottom. Are we still on the spot where you hooked it? Bunch down there. This is smallmouth mayhem.
Drop. Second double over there.
Oh yeah, there's so many down there, dude. It wasn't instant. Maybe we're moved off the spot a little bit. Dude, it's like, it goes from lulls of chaos to silence.
There they are, right there.
They're right there?
Yeah.
Got him?
Yeah. I kind of knew that fish was going to bite just the way that he was playing.
Oh my God, it's a giant. Oh, that is a huge one, dude.
There's another one down there. Just drop it.
I'm dropped. Oh, no. Here's my line.
Let's come up.
Dude, every single one of these fish is a red mark. It has to be from moving around in the rocks.
See how that is on the bottom of that fish?
Yeah.
I'll show you guys something. These fish have that welt right there, kind of below these dorsal fins. The reason they do that is because the way they sit down on the bottom, if you imagine the carpet as the bottom, they're gonna sit nose up, right? Because they're feeding on bait fish up.
What we got going on? 5 pounder?
4.9, so 4.5 pounder.
Still. Dude, it's like actually bleeding.
That's a big fish.
Right, drop her in.
Gonna get her back.
Back in the drink you go.
Lake. There she goes, straight back down.
Goodbye. I think it's just deep enough to where we're not having to fizz them. Hopefully we're not gonna have to do that, but that's if a fish's air bladder does not allow them to go back down because they come up out of too deep of water. This is a nice fish, 4.5 pounder. Name of the game, just keep hunting and pecking. We're hunting like individual fish we see on the graph. It's so cool. I've never done anything like this before. He's not gonna bite. There he is. There's one. This cannot be the one. No, this is not it. This is a dinko. Look at, I can boat flip it. That's how small it is. We kept seeing this huge mark on the bottom, and you are not it. We thought it was the mark of like a 4, 5, 6 pounder. It's a 14 incher. Whoa. There's fish of all sizes on this reef. Ben, I can feel a big one on the horizon. It's gonna happen.
There's gotta be a big one on there.
Oh, they're here. I sense a big one. I can feel it. So I can feel it coming in the air tonight. A Phil Collins classic, but I'm gonna spare you guys the singing because I probably would break whatever glass there is on the boat if I started singing. I'm no American Idol. Can you believe that one, Ben?
No, I thought it was beautiful.
You're too kind. You got one?
Yeah.
Was there multiple down there?
Yeah. That's a big one.
There's another 4. Want me to net it?
Yeah.
There's still some here. I was just about to tell the camera that I'm probably gonna move because we've had no action.
There.
There you are, sir. Right before Ben actually caught that fish, I was about to give you guys a little update here. This type of fishing, you're not gonna typically catch a ton of fish, but you'll usually catch the right size. It's like I said before, it's strictly like hunting. You're searching for individual fish that are directly under your boat and then dropping a drop shot down and hopefully catching them. This reef it's kind of gone cold on us. We caught one, he just caught one. We hadn't had action in the last hour, so we are about to move spots, hit another reef, and hopefully we can get into a lot more there. Marking hey, this is off the back, right? Oh yeah, like 3 huge arches. Go look. Oh, I had him. Got him. Got him. It's a pretty nice one, dude. There's 2 with him. Woohoo!
That's a big one, dude.
Yeah, that's another 4. Dude, look, drop straight down. See that thing right there? Straight down. This type of fishing is so fun when you're just dropping right on fish. It's not quite 4 pounds, but it's a big one.
It's pretty close. Look how heavy he is.
That is true. He's a little heavy for his size. Where's that hook? I don't know where the hook is.
Hook's in the net.
How did that happen?
It must have spun itself all the way through his lip.
We've got a huge mess right
Dude,
here.
it spun itself all the way through his lip.
Dude, these fish have these strangest markings on them. What is that?
That's a lamprey.
That's a lamprey, 100%?
That's 100% lamprey.
That is gross. These poor fish. I saved them from the lamprey. Well, should I cut the line? Look at this. I got all this line wrapped around his nose. I gotta retie anyway. Hey, can you give me
Scissors?
Yeah, can you give me scissors? I'm just gonna cut this off. I don't know what's going on with this.
Picture of that one?
There he is. Nice little fish, a huge. We're gonna guess it's a lamprey. This one's really fat. Bye, bud. Keep eating perch, goby. Keep doing your thing down there, Mr. Smalljaw. First 5 minutes on the new reef, and we've struck gold. Hooked up, just saw the first. Look at Ben, there's more down there. Look at him. Drop right here. This one's at the big, just drop. Hopefully we can get another one. We want that 5 or 6. He could be anywhere out here. The paralysis hold. If you guys didn't know, typically if you grab a smallmouth by the belly, they will not move. Beautiful Lake Huron smallmouth. This one's got great colors on him, dude. Let me get some super sick underwater release shots on this one. Ben, how does that sound? Should I give the people what they want?
Double.
Double? He just caught that mark we just saw on the graph.
You should give the people what they want.
Uh-oh. There's a line still out.
That count as a triple?
Dude, this is a big fish. I really wish I would have had the camera on. I just ended it. This rod was dead sticking, and it's heavy. This rod, a little Ned rig, was dead sticking on the bottom.
Oh, dude,
that is a big fish. I was just going to drop. Guys, I literally just put that fish away. Oh my God, this is mayhem. He's already on the surface out of 27 foot. Here, Ben, put this guy in the live-o real quick. Actually, here, just dip him back in the water. Dip the net back in the water because this guy's coming up. These fish are, this is why smallmouth are just the best. We got to make sure we stay on that school. Okay. Unreal. Some more twin 3.5 to 4.5 pounders. I don't know how fat they are. Thank you, fish. We'll get him back real quick. Yeah, that's 4 fish in 2 minutes. I should have just been recording. That was chaos, guys. Thank you, Dr. Ben.
You're welcome.
All right. See you, bud. That was crazy, dude. To give you guys a play-by-play what just happened, because that was super confusing. I caught a fish, then Ben caught a fish, and then I dropped my bait back down, my bait being this drop shot bait. I already had this rod out that was just dragging. Ben's caught another one right now. And then while I was reeling in the fish that I was dragging with that, the rod I had just let out with a drop shot had caught one. Are there more down there?
Yeah, probably. Wow, that fish.
We've gotten in such a flurry here in the last 5 minutes.
Those are the squiggles.
Doubled.
Oh no. Oh, mine's getting so fast up to the top.
I know, dude, so did mine.
I thought he came off.
The second we got back in the spot, look at all the fish down there, guys.
Mark on that graph, if you wouldn't mind. Oh, lost him.
That's almost good, because you want to catch more.
That was like a decent three pounder. But there's so many fish down there, I just want to catch more. Should have got that fish. Sorry guys, I was being a little selfish.
Thank you, bud. There's one. Dude, they are so hot. While I was unhooking that fish, I put another bait down and I got another fish. Oh my God, he's so strong. Dude, the bigger ones are coming on the bottom, it's almost like. Oh, I love big smallmouth more than anything else. Ben, this is a big one.
You want the net?
No, I'm good. I got heavy fluoro. Look at this thing. This might be a picture fish. Ben, that's like a 4.5. Gigantor. Hey, we still got a lot of water in the live well, right?
Yeah.
Let's keep this guy as a friend for a little bit here. Let's keep that friend. That was so crazy, guys. I was literally, while I was fighting that fish, I just opened my bail, let this fall to the bottom, and he was on. That's how hot these fish are right now. It's that sunset bite. You got one.
Dude, there's no one right below it.
I know.
Fish.
Dude, this is the craziest big bass feeding frenzy I've ever seen.
Oh.
Just another 4-pounder. Dude, the big one I just caught that we just put in the live well like 2 minutes ago, that one obviously came on the bottom bait too. The bigger ones have been on the bottom. Here, let's handle my other big one in here because I hate keeping fish in the live well for very long. And then we'll let them go.
Oh, wow. That's a fat fish, dude.
Nah, it's gonna be, I think it's 4.5.
Zeros?
It's like 4.15.
4.13.
4.13.
It hit 5.
Oh, that's why you use the clamp, because if
It
they
hit
do
5
that,
a couple times, but
I got it. Beautiful Lake Huron smallmouth. Just a huge, gorgeous, gorgeous fish. This guy's pretty. He doesn't have any big lamprey marks. All right, let's let him go. Sorry for keeping you in the live well. Your friends were biting. We needed to catch more of you. Oh. Fish just had this. We gotta like tend to our rods better. This is so bad. This one, you know, we can't catch enough smallmouth. The second we hook one, we have to throw a line over to hopefully get another. All right, let's get back to fishing. We need to break the 5-pound mark. Ben, we were 3 ounces. So close.
I mean, it hit 5. I was like, oh.
So close. This truly is like the best big bass feeding frenzy I've ever been in. Especially coming out of 27 foot of water. This is just crazy.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Got him already. We just walked up on top of the carpet and there was 5 marks on the screen. Ben, this, I cannot thank you enough. This is unbelievable.
Dude, this is crazy.
These fish are so fat too. Like, look at how fat this thing is. Somebody rang the dinner bell big time, dude. Well guys, we're trying to relocate the school that we were just on. That's why I called it a game of hide and seek, because once you find the fish, when they're in the right attitude and they're schooling like that, it can be just an insane feeding frenzy action. But when you don't know where they are, there's one. There's a piece of spaghetti. He's suspended. Let's see if we can catch him. But that's basically what we're looking for. We're not looking for single fish. We're looking for the big groups of them. Because when there's a lot of them, then there's competition, and it just gets ugly real quick for the smallmouth bass. Oh, I found him. I found 2 marks. Oh, there's 4 marks. There's one. I was gonna say I found some marks. Not very big. So violent, they're throwing my bait every time. Come on boat. Oh, there we go. Come on board, little small jaw. Whew. Line broke on that time because I dropped the fish. Thank you, buddy. That's like the smallest one of the day. Damn, dude, there were a lot of marks out there. Now I gotta, are we both out of commission right now?
I am.
There he is. He came back. Sunset bass.
Acrobatic.
Oh, dude, the sun. Look at the sun. There's none left. We've been watching the most amazing sunset. This isn't that big of one anyway. It wouldn't have been a dramatic big fish sunset pick. But with daylight leaving, this might be the last fish of the day. This one's a totally different color. He's been hanging out in the sand.
It's a nice one.
These fish keep breaking my line. Thank you, buddy. Well, guys, the sun has now set about 10-15 minutes ago. We're gonna wrap up the day. Not really much to say after a day like that. That is probably one of, if not the best big smallmouth bass frenzy I've ever been on. Thank you so much to Ben.
It was a lot of fun.
He put in the work. He found this spot. He just invited me up, and I caught some with him. It was an awesome night. Go check him out. He has a YouTube channel as well. Catches a bunch of fish like this. His life is big smallmouth bass, isn't it?
I love this. This consumes pretty much all my time outside of work, and yeah, I'm just having fun with it. So
Best part is we get to do this all over again tomorrow.